All
Okay,
right, still staying with tennis, but this time around table tennis, right? We talked about the festival of tennis that will be taking place in Lagos, Nigeria, precisely at the Teslim Balogun Stadium, the Molade Okoya Thomas Hall there. That's where the festival is starting. It's already on. We have the African Club Championships taking place. You have so many clubs from Africa, right? There are Nigerian players who are actually training, you know. They've been training for a long time now. Most of them have been in camp. They're preparing for so many things. The African Cup is there. The Club Championship is there. And, of course, the mother of all of them, talking about the
Nigeria Open.
Yeah.
Right. I can't remember the last time we had it this good in terms of organizing table tennis competitions. These are three big competitions. The club championships, like you said, served up yesterday. That's ongoing already. But there's even a bigger one to come, which is the Africa Cup. This is where all the best players from the continents will compete for World Cup sport. So there's a lot at stake in this particular tournament. Like I said, the #1 goal is to win the title, while the ultimate target is to qualify to play at the World Cup. That's going to be in China. So we're looking forward to this particular tournament. Start 7 of tomorrow. That's the Africa Cup, and of course the usual suspects are in town already. Aruna Quadri, #1 ranked player in the world, not in the world, not in Africa. In the world is going to be quite difficult, but right now he's the best in Africa. And that's the list of the participating countries. The ones we expect to come, all these countries are very good table tennis playing countries. Algeria, Benin Republic, Burkina Faso, Cameroon, Congo, Brazzaville, Congo, DRC, Egypt, Ghana, Guinea, Rwanda, Senegal, South Africa, Togo, Tunisia, and last but not the least is Nigeria.
Absolutely, and in Nigeria, we know Aruna Quadri is the defending champion for the men's singles and the women's singles. Of course, Dina Mesherev, she's the defending champions for the women's singles, and this particular tournament is going to help them to qualify for the ITTF World Cup.
Absolutely.
So that's going to be huge for Aruna Quadri. His dominance has been remarkable. So I think you have some players who are actually aiming to dethrone him. There's a player from Algeria, Sami Kherov. He's been talking, so he's been in Lagos and all that. He's fulfilled his dreams of coming to Lagos to play. He wants to become the first Algerian to conquer Africa. But then can he do that? We have Aruna Quadri. We have another the Egyptian, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can't talk about table tennis in Africa. I think the rivalry has to be Nigeria and Egypt.
So Algeria should take the back seat.
No, they should. They're outsiders at this point in time when it comes to table tennis. Don't get me wrong. They're doing everything to develop the sport in their country. But there's no doubt whatsoever that it's Nigeria versus Egypt. And that's why it's going to be a straight-up battle between the #1 seed, Aruna Quadri, and Omar Assar is back playing again for Egypt. And the second seed is Egyptian as well too. Ahmed Saleh is Egyptian as well too. You know, so that tells you something. And the #4 seed is Segun Torreira as well. So you can see there that the top 4 guys, there's 2 Nigerians and it's 2.
So Sammy should take the back seat. He shouldn't even be talking as well. Is that what you're saying?
No, he should talk. As a sportsman, you're ambitious. You need to aim really, really high, and that's what he's doing. But you know, if you're talking to pundits, and they'll tell you these 4 guys are the favorites, and of course, the Algerian could be a dark horse. You can't rule him out.
Okay. All right, let's hear from the Nigeria Table Tennis President, Isha Kutiku, talking about how prepared Nigerian players are. And also, these 3 tournaments is going to help, you know, Nigerian players actually do well at the African Games in Morocco later this month. And of course, for him, he's targeting about 7 medals. 7 medals are available in tennis, so more like a clean sweep. That's what he's targeting in table tennis.
Fully prepared. Coincidentally, you know, we've been given the right to host the African Cup, which is back-to-back to the Nigerian Open. Of course, after the Nigerian Open, after the African Cup, we will have been fully engaged and prepared to face the 33 countries that have come in to challenge us. Already we have our players. The list is ready. And you can see behind me, they are ready, they are preparing to go and face. Of course, it's going to be Clash of Titans in Rabat, but we are fully prepared for it. Of course, the 2-3 championship it's a gateway to Morocco. And we're sure at the end, we're coming back with the medals. We are going for 7. It's 7 out there, 7 titles, and we're going for 7, nothing less.
Okay, 7 available. So 7, and that's what they're going for. Hopefully they can do that. But then they have this tournament to actually prepare the Nigerian athletes. It's good because you don't even have to travel out of the country. We have 3 tournaments: Club Championship, the African Cup, and also the Challenge Plus Nigerian Open. So at the end of the day, you have just 3 major competitions for Nigerian athletes, players, you know, to really get themselves ready to have that clean sweep later this year.
And that's why we've called it the Festival of Table Tennis.
Triple treat.
Triple treat. Yeah, you're spot on. That's why we've called it that. We've not had it so good.
Yeah, so good in table tennis.
It's fantastic for these Nigerian players, especially the young ones.
Yeah.
Coming up. We're going to get the opportunity to listen to one of them soon. Esther Obamiche, she's been on the scene for a while now, but she's still very young. She's one of those players we're hoping eventually will start to fly Nigeria's colors when the likes of Cecilia Akpan, Funke Oshonaike, Ofionge, then when all those ladies eventually bow out, you're looking at the likes of Esther Obamiche, Ajoke Ojomo as well too. Those are the ladies we expect to, you know, carry Nigeria's fights to international table tennis competitions in future. Let's listen to Esther Obamiche now. She's been speaking on, you know, what she's expecting to do at the Africa Cup.
Yeah, I always have a target for every coming championship. We've been in camp now for over a month, and we've been training so hard. Within that camp, I've went to India, which I've gained a lot more experiences, and I think I've improved in some of my skills and techniques. So, and believe in same thing is applicable to other female and male players, because about 20 of us home-based players have been in camp. So I believe we are all prepared, and I pray that luck will be on our side during the Nigeria Open.
Esther Obamiche, of course, aiming very, very high for this competition that's going to start tomorrow. Also aiming very high is a veteran who's been around for a long time, since I've been a kid, and she's still playing incredible tennis.
Absolutely.
That's Olufunke Oshonaike.
I mean, that's a player, like, is she going to play up to 50?
Why
not? We really can't say. But for her, she's more than 40, that she'll be 41 this year and all. But then she's actually looking forward to the African Cup, because she says she wants to ensure that she make it at least to the semi-final. That's the target she's setting for herself.
The first thing first is African Cup. That one is even more important for me. At least, God helping me. The minimum, I just want to get to the semi. From there, I can, you know, I just want to get to the semi. You know, that is very, very important for me, because that's why I'm really, really doing everything. I'm training very, very hard. And after that, the Nigerian Open for me is just going to be like a training for all African games for me. Believe me, because we have all the best in the world coming for Nigeria Open. So there's no fear. I'm just going to use that like a training for all African games, because as you all know, our all African games is the qualification for Olympics too. And so that is very, very important for me. So I'm waiting on that.
Yeah, that's Funke. She's always a delight to interview. Anytime you talk to her, you know, there's so much she just want to let out and everything. I love the modest target. She's linked at semi-finals. Yeah. Not so much, right? And it's also going to help her to prepare for the African Games in Morocco.
All right, so we'll leave it at that for now, and we wish all the Nigerian players all the best in this, you know, incredible run of table tennis competitions coming up in the next few days. Let's move on from table tennis now, and let's come and talk about the Nigeria Women's Professional Football League matches. A couple of matches were played yesterday. We have the results for you. There's a bit of a shocker in one particular one where Nassau Amazons lost. Just, you know, Cecilia, I said, you know, I talked about that celebration. I hope they were not going to celebrate too much and all that. And they hosted Bayelsa Queens, and they lost. Surprise, surprise. That's a shocker.
Why are you surprised? You know,
why am I not surprised? Okay. ITO Cup champions playing at home.
Against the NWPL champions. Yeah. Well, these are 2 champions, okay?
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, from that angle, right? Yeah. But I think the coach actually complained about fatigue and all that. They played the ITO Cup. They had to travel, you know, to play another game and all that. Then before coming back home to Lafayette to also play this one. Just maybe they may just be tired. That's what I think, and that's what the coach was actually talking about.
But they haven't played. The last game was ITO Cup final, right? So
they played the game after that. Actually,
what game did they play since then?
Actually played. I think Wait, I'm trying to remember now. They actually played a game after that. I'm trying to remember the game they played. I know they played a game after that. They went to Akure. They actually played Sunshine Queens in the week 1. All the teams were actually in action. So all the clubs were in action in week 1 game. So they went to Akure from Kaduna. Remember, that's where it took place. They had to go final. Then they had to go to Akure to play against Sunshine Queens, and all. Then they had to go back to Alafia again at Nasarawa. So
I think so, but looking at the people who are up against in group, Tunisia and Senegal, we should top that group without any hassle at all. And because we know that the top of the group goes straight to the quarterfinals, and the second and third battle in the playoff losers to get to the quarterfinals. So I feel that the Tigers can do so to top the group. Tunisia and Cameroon, possibly all these African countries seems to be improving over time, but I feel like our ladies are top at the moment, and the only team who can compare to them at this point is Senegal.
Absolutely. So we're not looking past the other teams, just respecting them.
Yeah. And there's something like that. They were just this one doesn't matter. That's the one. Right?
No, I mean, for example, as a fan, you could have that attitude, but the players don't have that attitude. The coach is not letting them let their guards down. And you remember that's what Adara said yesterday. So we can get all carried away and excited and write up Cameroon and Tunisia, but as long as the team knows and know that they still have to go there on the court and win the game, then I don't think we have any problems.
No problems at all. All right, you mentioned the captain earlier. Let's take a listen to her.
It's really hard to determine what's enough preparation. It's just how we mesh together, how we work together. And I think we're doing an okay job. We still have a few days, so it's too early to tell anything. It'll just depend on how we go out there and perform. We'll approach it all the same way. We'll do our scouting, but we'll also focus on us a lot because that's the only thing we can control is ourselves. I think you can expect more or less of the same, how we were in the World Cup. We're keeping the same identity. But yes, with the pressure, I think it'll be more exciting. We kind of not really surprised everyone in the last championships in Mali, but I think in Senegal, they'll be coming for us. But, it'll be vice versa, us as well.
Well, that's good. I love what she said. Everyone is coming for them. But then Nigeria, of course, will have to go after everyone. And yesterday when we listened to the coach, he talked about the fact that everyone will be playing for second because Nigeria already got their hands on it.
Yeah. I mean, typical American talk, very confident, very bullish. Everyone is playing for second because we're going there to retain a title. That's the
that
coach
should be the mindset going into every tournament, knowing that you're going there to claim first place. Senegal might be the favorite, but you know what? We don't care about whether they're favorites or not. We want to go out there to get the trophy. And we have to do our best to qualify for the Tokyo Olympics next year. So go and get the trophy, defend it, and bring it back home.
Why not?
I love that. And Aisha Mohammed, Aisha Balaribe, I mean, she's married now, so Balaribe is the other name. But Aisha Mohammed, that's the one we are comfortable with. Okay, Aisha Mohammed Balaribe. Yeah, so we need to hear her that the power forward in the team.
I mean, we're going to go there and do what we do best. And what we do best is to win, to be the champion. And as you can see, my girls, we're all ready. And we have new players, about 2-3 players, that had us. So I believe, we're working hard right now. And when we go there, by the grace of God, we're going to take the champion. Today is our fifth day in camp. But with that, I think because we have a lot of professionals. And before we came, we've been practicing, working out hard because we have our own clubs to go. So I don't think that's a problem. So I guess we're ready, and I believe we are ready.
Yeah, they're going to be ready. Adora talked about what's enough preparations. Preparations will determine, I mean, your performance sometimes will determine how well you actually prepared. And the last time they had 1 week before they went to Spain, and I mean, they shocked the world, so to speak, and all that, getting to quarterfinals for the first African country. And also, but this time around, it's just a little bit less than being in camp for 5 days. Today's going to be the seventh day now. So, and the first game is going to be next week, Saturday.
Yeah.
Against Tunisia. Wow.
I think last time out, even prior to the AfroBasket and the World Cup, we complained about the preparation, not having so much time, but the girls went there and did well. It shows you the amount of talent pool we have, very talented players, and the fact that they have a good coach who goes out there with a good playbook, plays the right tactics for them to play. So I think that shouldn't be an issue. All of the African teams, I don't think they've had so much of a training time because of the time frame between when the draws were done and then when they have to go to the tournament. Some teams have to just finish the qualifiers into the main tournament. So I feel like the girls will do well, nonetheless, despite the short time frame as regards preparations.
All right, fantastic. You're confident the girls will do well. We'll listen to Aisha Balaribe a few seconds ago. A player who was very instrumental I asked Adara the same question yesterday. Very instrumental last time out in Mali. Evelyn, no, not Evelyn, I beg your pardon. Ndidi Madu. Right, Ndidi Madu and Aisha Mohammed, Balarabe now, at the last tournament against Senegal in the final. I thought they were the best defenders, especially in the paint for Nigeria. Now, one half of that, that collective is retired now, is now a coach. How much of a miss, is she going to be? That's Ndidi Madu.
I think every time a player goes out, especially defensive force at the other end goes out of your team, it's a worry. You keep thinking about how you get to replace that player. But you had Ifunanya Bekwe yesterday here, and I feel like she's one talented player who could come in and add a lot to the team, but it depends on how well she blends with the side. And I feel like she has a lot to bring to the team. She's quite big as regards for a forward, rebounds and everything. Aisha Mohammed is there. At least it's good we have one half, so it's not like we're losing out totally. So going forward, I think the girls will still do well defensively. As much as we're going to do well defensively, I think going forward we have to do well. Our shooting has to improve from the last time out, but good thing we still have Elono, we still have Akato up there. The few
isn't Carlos there
exactly.
As well,
Sarah Boke is still there. Good point guard. So going forward, we have to do more when it comes to shooting, because the problem with African teams is not defending the paints or picking rebounds or the likes or free throws at the other end. Is the shooting, especially from the three-point range. We have to do well going forward on the offensive end.
All right. The reason I asked that particular question is I know it sounds a bit of a cliche now. Offense wins the games and defense wins the championships. It's always been that way. You know that as well. So as a basketball guy, so it's very important to be able to defend very well. Anyway.